Hi folks, I'm Rob Cosman. Welcome to my shop. We are going to test this Rali, don't even know how to pronounce it, plane that Jake bought. Kind of a funky looking thing. If you're interested in seeing how this turns out, and if you care at all about my opinion, stay with us. We'll give it to you. So this Rali, I'm going to go with that, is made in Switzerland. Fairly new to the North American market. Packaging is a little strange because there's a hole in the bottom and styrofoam beans keep falling out. It says, no resharpening, easy settings, quick and easy, blade always parallel, modern design. Also goes on to say that it's for cabinet makers, joiners, hobbyists. Open it up. Like I said, nobody's opened it. This is how the package came inside another box. Kind of blew through the side, but anyway. So there's a few styrofoam beans in there. I suppose the last thing we should do is read the instructions. Got to cut it open. So I want to give you my honest first impression. So I haven't looked at it, done anything. I just found out from Jake, it's $200 US. There's a QR code on the top of the tote, which takes you to their website. I'm going to try to figure all this out as we go through it. First impressions, well, it's got a lot of plastic on it, which doesn't really turn my crank. The sole is made up of several pieces of metal, all squeezed together, all the same shape. A lot of plastic. Okay, so go to the back of the box. Change of blade. So number 1, lift this up. Number 2, lift this up. Number 3, what is that doing, Jake? Oh, lift this up. Okay, is there a blade in there? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then how do you open this up in order to take the blade out? Is that it? Yeah. Okay, so there's your blade. Obviously, you must buy extra blades. So it's sharpened on both sides. And there's a little kind of a strange looking shape. You sit in there like that. See if we can put this all back together. Set up depth of cut. So, what did I move this? Mm-hmm. Okay, that tightens it. So I put this back down in place. Put that on there, and then that goes back down there. And that obviously is the depth. What in the heck is in here that's loose? Okay. So there's our extra blades. Not sure what that wrench is for. I wouldn't get terribly excited. I'm trying not to be overly critical, but I'm trying to say, okay, where is the $200 in value? Which leaves me somewhat baffled. I really don't like this. This is just kind of really chintzy, as is everything else about it. And I apologize, but I think that blade is no, it's not out. So I wanted to just kind of hold on to this and see how it feels. Nothing great, nothing to write home about. The sole is a little bit obviously different. Multiple pieces of steel. I have no idea how that would play into longevity in terms of keeping it flat. And I'm going to just check and see what the sole looks like in terms of flatness, we'll just use a 1 thou shim, or 1/2 thou. Won't be overly critical. So that's a stair at 0.0015. So if we put that on there, and that doesn't move, that doesn't move, touches there, barely touches there, and doesn't touch there. I wouldn't give that a passing grade. So the plane has, unless they've somehow built that into their design, the plane has a bump here in front of and behind the blade. Okay, and as far as the rest of it, there's a wrench here, which is how you tighten these screws that hold the whole thing together, which I'm not sure why there is a reason to tighten them unless they have a tendency to come loose. I don't see any adjustments, and it's really somewhat confusing to figure this out, but I'm sure once I figured it out, I'll go back and say, well, that was actually easier than I thought. This is a piece of southern yellow poplar. So now I need to adjust the blade depth. So I'm looking at this, it says set up cutting depth. So it has a picture of this lever straight up. This piece is all the way down. And then I assume that as you move this, that's going to adjust the blade. There's nothing to tell me any different. So as you push this down, the blade comes out farther. So if I pull it back a little bit, it'll give me a lighter cut. See if we can get a lighter cut still. All right, you're going to push it down a little bit more. All right, let's try it on, I'm going to get something wider. Okay, I've got a piece of cherry, a little bit of wax on the sole. I'm going to pull this back. Slowly move it forward. Okay, so there it starts to grab. Now, I'm trying to get rid of these plane tracks. I find a real issue with the fact that the sole is high in the middle. It almost has a tendency to rock. Still a little bit of plane track right there. That did a decent job. Not terribly comfortable in planing. I much prefer a much heavier plane. I really love my 5.5, and I don't mean to interject that here, but I'm comparing this against what I'm accustomed to. And this is all you. There doesn't seem to be enough weight or mass to it. There's just kind of a strange feeling. But trying to figure this thing out. Okay, so the next thing it says is setup of the back plate. So the best I can tell, they're referring to the back plate as what we would call the chip breaker. So to do that, you lift this up, and when you rotate this, which is kind of a strange thing, it pulls the chip breaker back or it moves it forward. Well, I've never been one to believe that the chip breaker movement really did anything in terms of performance. So I don't see why they would incorporate that into it, and I may be wrong, but it did move. Now I'm going to try planing with that in that forward position. Now while I'm planing, I'm going to slowly push this lever down to bring the blade out a little farther. And there's where we pick up a shaving. All right, I'll tell you right away, I'm not enjoying this. Okay, so the little wrench didn't last very long. Teeth chewed off real quick. It's a T15 Torx. So you can't really close the throat, but if you loosen this one and this one on both sides, that's as close as you can get it. And, all right, so I used a block of wood and I pushed it open that wide. And then to close it, and that's with the blade exposed. So this doesn't function. You're never going to take a shaving thicker than that. So what advantage is there to having the throat open more than that? There's none. The throat only functions when it can close up tight to the blade, minimizing the gap to about the thickness of the shaving. That means this part of the sole applies a lot of pressure on the wood fiber, not allowing it to lift up and tear. The minute you step that far away, the function doesn't work. So in wrapping this up, it's 10.5 inches long. The plain body itself is 2 3/8 of an inch wide. The plain blade is about 1 inch and 15/16, so it's just under 2 inches. Oh, and I think there's a little bit of a radius. Oh yeah, I can see that actually. There's a little bit of a feathering or a radius on the very edge, so you're able to make overlapping passes and for the most part, pretty much get rid of all of your plane tracks. But would I buy one of these? Absolutely not. What don't I like about it? It's easier to tell you what I do like about it. And that's nothing. I don't like the feel of it. It reeks of being cheap. Plastic pieces that rattle about. The little wrench they give you doesn't last for 2 seconds. As soon as you try to tighten something up, that's stripped. And the sole's not flat. It's got a high spot in the middle. I would never recommend this to anybody to go use. And I'd like to see if I can get my $200 back. So if you want a hand plane, you have to learn how to sharpen. That's, disposable blades. I don't care how long they last. You don't sharpen them, you throw them away. I'm not a fan of that. Learn how to sharpen. You don't have to spend a fortune to get a decent plane. You can actually, I've done videos on restoring old Stanleys and bringing them up to usable condition. Having a throat that you can't close down means whoever made this doesn't understand the process. Why would you have an adjustable throat that you cannot close tight to the blade? Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. This will not find a place in my shop. I hope that helped. So maybe I'll keep you from having to waste $200. Anyway, my 2 cents. See you. If you like my work and enjoy my style of teaching, click on any one of these videos and help take your woodworking to the next level. I've always said, better tools make the job so much easier. If you click on the link below, the chisel and plane icon, it'll take you to our site and introduce you to all the tools that we actually manufacture right here in our shop. It'll also give you information on our online and in-person workshops.